Footwear e-commerce manager. E-commerce manager is responsible for overseeing, optimizing the online sort of digital presence, whether it's of a retailer that has multiple destination points for a consumer to shop, whether it's like inside a store or online. It could just be an online store altogether. It could just be for a brand. The e-commerce managers not just focused on running the store the way, say, your typical store manager would be, but they're, I think, focused more on like the data of real time tracking that I think can be done digitally that can't necessarily be easily mandated or managed in a regular retail shop. What I mean by that is they can drive revenue growth, but also see the shopping experience really by tracking through the user experience and website management, who's coming in the door, who's clicking, who's shopping where. What ends up happening is the data that you can collect, whereas your visual merchandiser may be limited in the store to how they display and what sales may be at the end of the day. On online in a digital marketplace, you can kind of see where people are clicking, where people are spending 3 seconds, 8 seconds with a particular shoe, looking at things that are on sale, how they search, all those optimizations that can be done in terms of the digital presence. All those things can be optimized for conversion. And so your SEO and how you place ads, where you show up on digital media to drive traffic to your site, how you maintain that traffic and drive business will drive not only visibility, but your conversion rates. And so your KPI, if you will, depends on what you're trying to really get that e-commerce profile to do, whether you're trying to create a brand awareness space or whether you're trying to actually move units of product. Those all become largely relevant conversations, I think, that are important for the e-com manager because there's not as much policing of, I think, actual bodies and people. There's more of understanding where traffic is being driven, and that changes whether you're on a laptop or a desktop or whether you're on your phone. There might also be how you integrate into other platforms and where traffic is sort of driven. So the e-com manager has a great deal of analytics that they're worried about in terms of how their store is maintaining, whether it's your order value or customer retention, how you're working with maybe a newsletter that drives business to your conversation. There's just, I don't want to say there's more. There's maybe less people to worry about because I think if you manage a standard retail store, you're worried about retention of employees and whether folks show up on time or not. But e-commerce is open 24 hours a day, and that comes with it other headaches that aren't the same as whether or not you're interviewing people on a Wednesday versus whether you're closing early because of snow. E-commerce is just a different conversation, and being able to understand where Google Analytics or e-commerce dashboards play in your life is important. And so that is the responsibility of an e-commerce manager.